This is a test.
This is a test. What do you know about language arts, math, science, and social studies? Find out while playing along with Knowledge for College, where teams from competing UISD schools spin the wheel of knowledge and answer questions from a world of subject categories. It's a mind challenge for students and a chance to win for their school. But most of all, it's a really fun way to learn. Now, let's play Knowledge for College.
Hi and welcome. You're watching Knowledge for College, a game of knowledge and learning featuring some of our best and brightest students here at United ISD. And today we have students with us from Salvador Garcia Middle School, and we also have students from Los Obispos Middle School joining us here today. And of course, before we meet our students, I'd like to take a little time to introduce our guest host today, Ms. Esmeralda Almaraz, a computer coordinator at Killam Oil. First of all, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And if you could, just for the benefit of our students and our TV audience, just kind of tell us a little bit about what you do at Killam Oil.
I'm the computer coordinator at Killam Oil. I've been working there for 35 years, for 3 generations. Mr. Ratcliffe Killam and David Killam, and now it's his sons, Cliff Killam and David Jr. And basically it's just the day-to-day operations of the computer department, making sure everything's running smoothly. I also take care of the software, our accounting software, and day in and day out.
I'm sure you've seen a lot of technological
Oh,
changes
yes.
over the years. All right, very good. Well, let's turn our attention now to our students. Representing Salvador Garcia Middle School, we have Oscar and Yesenia. And Oscar, if you can, just tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Like social studies and math.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Oscar. And Yesenia, what about you? What can you tell us about yourself?
I go to Salvador Garcia Middle School and I like drawing and reading books.
Okay, very good. Excellent. And representing Los Obispos Middle School, we have Matthew and Joanna. And Matthew, if you could just tell me a little bit about yourself, please.
I like social studies, reading, playing sports, and helping out my teachers and students.
All right, very good. And Joanna, what can you tell us about yourself, please?
I like science, I have a passion for writing, and I'm an active member of the NJHS.
All right, very good. Well, okay, students, before we begin, let me just go over the rules very briefly. Each team takes turns spinning that wheel that you see behind you. We have questions in language arts, social studies, math, and science. And those questions are worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly. The wild turn category, that category in red, those questions can come from any subject area. And since they're designed to be a little bit more difficult, those questions are actually worth 10 points if you can answer correctly. Now, of course, in order to earn the points, the team does have to answer the question correctly. Otherwise, the opposing team gets a chance to answer that question and possibly earn the points. And each question does have a 1-minute time limit. So once you hear that little bell, you're going to have to give us your answer then and there. So again, students, good luck to you, and let's go ahead and get started. Los Obispos Middle School, you're first at the wheel. So if one of you, Matthew or Joanna, can spin that wheel for us, please. And of course, I should remind our students that the wheel does have to go around at least once in order for it to be a valid spin, and in this case it does. And it looks like Los Obispos starts things off with a wild turn question, so if you can hand me the first card there. And I'll go ahead and give these copies to our students. Meanwhile, you can go ahead and start reading the question. This was coming from the English Language Arts subject area.
Okay, the question is, identify the gerund phrase in the following sentence. Eating an entire lemon pie for lunch was easy for Bobby. Is it A, for Bobby, B, eating an entire lemon pie, C, was easy for Bobby, or D, an entire lemon pie?
We're gonna
go ahead, students, whenever you're ready.
We're gonna go with A.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Salvador Garcia Middle School, you have a chance to get some points here. We do need your answer right now, though, please. So go ahead and give us an answer if you could.
B.
That is correct.
That is correct.
So eating an entire lemon pie. That is the correct answer that we were looking for. So good job, Salvador Garcia Middle School. You earned the 10 points. And it's also your turn at the wheel, so Oscar or Yesenia, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? Yeah, we're gonna, there we go. It's always better to spin it clockwise because otherwise it doesn't work too good. But this is another valid spin, and this time our students from Salvador Garcia Middle School will get a math question, and that'll be up here. And again, students, this will be worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly. That's your copy and yours.
Okay, the question is, an urban area charges only 3% sales tax to help increase business. If Sandra bought a car there for $14,000, how much would she have to pay in sales tax? A, $420, B, $4,200, C, $4,667, or D, $14,420.
And again, this is a math question for our students from Salvador Garcia Middle School. And by answering correctly, they can earn the 5 points. And of course, they do have up to a minute to answer the question, now a little bit less. But once you're ready, students, you can let us know your answer.
A.
That is correct.
That's correct.
$420. So good job, Salvador Garcia Middle School. You earned the 5 points. And Los Obispos, it's your turn. So Matthew or Joanna, one of you spin that wheel for us, please. And we'll see what kind of a question our students get here momentarily. And it looks like we're going to have another math question today. And again, students, this is worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly. Be your copy, and that'll be your copy.
Okay. Look at the following pattern of numbers. 3,040,000.
Oh no, it's 3, 42, 588.
Oh, 3, 42, 588,
And
82,
8,200.
8,232. Which describes the rule for determining the next number in the pattern? A, each number is 39 more than the previous number. B, each number is 14 times the previous number. C, each number is 8 times the previous number. Or D, each number is the sum of 12 and 10 times the previous number.
And students, whenever you're ready, you can answer the question. You do have up to a minute, though.
We're gonna go with B.
That's correct.
All right, that's correct. Each number is 14 times the previous number. So good job, Los Obispos. And Salvador Garcia, your turn once again. So Oscar, Yesenia, go ahead and spin that wheel for us. And in a moment, we'll find out what kind of a question our students will get to answer. And it looks like, well, we're not getting a math one today or this time, but we do get a social studies question. That'll be down there. And again, students, this is worth 5 points if you can answer correctly. It's your copy and yours.
Okay, the question is, which president was in office at the outbreak of the Mexican-American War? A, Andrew Jackson, B, Zachary Taylor, C, James K. Polk, or D, Franklin Pierce?
C. James K. Polk.
That's correct.
Very good, Salvador Garcia Middle School. You earned the 5 points. Los Obispos Middle School, your turn once again. So Matthew or Joanna, will one of you kindly spin that wheel for us? And once again, in a moment, we'll find out what kind of a question our students from Los Obispos Middle School will have to answer. And it looks like they will get a chance to earn 10 points if they can answer correctly. If you can hand me that question there. And let's see, this one's coming from the reading subject area. And again, students, it's worth 10 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay, the question is, a stylistic element used by the author in the genre of fantasy to introduce magic into the story. A, magic helper, B, lyric poetry, or C, a description.
And again, this wild turn questions for our students from Los Obispos Middle School. And it comes from the reading subject area. And students, whenever you're ready, you can answer the question. Otherwise, you can take the whole time to figure it out. And
We're going to go with C.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Salvador Garcia Middle School, do you have an answer for us? And we do need your answer right now, please.
A.
That's correct.
That is correct. That's the answer we were looking for here. So good job, Salvador Garcia Middle School. You earned another 10 points. And it's also your turn at the wheel, so Oscar or Jasenia, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And in a moment, we'll find out what kind of a question our students will get to answer, and they get another social studies question, so that'll be down there. And once again, students, it's worth 5 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay, the question is, in colonial America, an aim of British mercantile policy was to force American merchants to A. Produce all their own manufactured goods, B. Provide raw materials to England only, C. Sell more raw materials to countries other than England, or D. Compete with England for overseas markets.
And students, whenever you're ready, you can give us your
B.
answer. You said B,
B,
and that is correct. That is correct.
Excellent.
Provide raw materials to England only. Very good, Salvador Garcia. You earned the 5 points. Los Obispos, it's your turn once again, so go ahead and give us a good spin there. And in a moment, we'll find out what kind of a question our students get to answer. And this time it's going to be a math question for our students. And again, students, this is worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly.
Okay, the question is, the population of a large city in the Midwest is 959,000. What is that number expressed in scientific notation? 9.59 times 10
to the first.
to the first, 9.59 times 10 to the third, 9.59 times 10 to the fifth, or 9.59 times 10
To the negative 4.
to the negative 4.
And again, this is a math question for our students from Los Obispos Middle School. And of course, by answering correctly, they can earn 5 points. And just to repeat, the population of a large city in the Midwest is 959,000. What is that number expressed in scientific notation? Of course, the students have the choices in front of them, and so do we, but we have the answers and they don't, so they have to figure it out. So, is it A, 9.59 times 10 to the first, B, 9.59 times 10 to the third, C, 9.59 times 10 to the fifth, or D, 9.59 times 10 to the negative 4? Students, do you have an answer for us?
C.
That is correct.
That's correct.
So good job, Los Obispos Middle School. And it's time now for a quick break, so let's go ahead and take one, and we'll be right back.
Once you post your image online, you can't take it back. Anyone can see it. Remember, think before you post.
Attention class, Brittany. Here. Pat.
Here.
Jimmy. Does anyone know where Jimmy's at?
I just saw him at lunch.
Nuh-uh. He's at the movies.
Jimmy? Does anyone know where Jimmy's at?
He's at the beach.
I'm sorry.
Don't miss school!
You could be the next Miss Southwest Texas.
The annual Miss Southwest Texas 5-category scholarship pageants will be taking place for girls 6 to 26.
Winners will receive a prize package which includes scholarships and a paid entry fee to the Miss Texas and Miss Texas Team pageant.
Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to represent our community.
The pageant will be held at the Laredo Civic Center on July 8th.
For more information, go to www.misslaredo.com. Do you dream of swimming competitively for your high school? Sign up for UISD's Summer Swim Camp. Open to all United ISD students, the nominal fee includes breakfast and lunch. Those living in South Laredo qualify for transportation. The first camp session begins June 5th, with 2 more scheduled in July and August. Register at the UISD Natatorium, located at 201 Lindenwood Drive, next to the UISD Administration Building, or call 473-6173.
Hi and welcome back. You're watching Knowledge for College, a game of knowledge and learning featuring some of our best and brightest here at UISD. And today we have students with us from Salvador Garcia Middle School, and we also have students from Los Obispos Middle School. And our guest host today is Esmeralda Almaraz, a computer coordinator at Killam Oil. And ma'am, I understand you have a question for our students.
Yes, I have a question for you all. What is it that you plan to do after graduating high school?
I guess we can start with Oscar.
With Oscar.
Oscar, go ahead.
I plan to go to college in Texas University at Austin.
All right, very good. What do you plan to study?
That's what I was going to ask.
Law.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
All right, very good. And Yesenia, what about you?
I also plan to go to University of Texas at Austin and become a veterinarian.
Good. I love animals.
Very good. And Matthew, what about you? What can you tell us?
I plan to go to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology for robotics engineering.
Very
Excellent.
Good. Excellent. And Joanna?
Well, with high hopes, I plan into getting into an Ivy League university, perhaps Harvard or Yale. And after that, I plan into going to Harvard Medical.
All right, excellent.
Good. And are you planning to come back to Laredo and
Yeah.
practice here? Good, because we need good doctors.
All right. Very good, students. Let's go ahead and resume our game. Salvador Garcia, it's your turn at the wheel. So, Oscar, Yesenia, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And as the wheel goes round and round, it will come to a rest eventually, this time landing in the language arts subject area. So that'll be up there. And let's see. There we go. And again, students, this is worth 5 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay, the question is, in literature, the opposition of persons or forces that brings about dramatic action central to the plot of a story. It may be internal or external. A, active reading, B, dialogue, or C, conflict.
C.
That is correct.
All right. So good job, Salvador Garcia Middle School. You earned the 5 points. Los Obispos, it's your turn at the wheel, so go ahead and spin, please. And momentarily we'll find out what kind of a question our students will get to answer. And it looks like they get another wild turn question. And if we can go ahead and see where...
Okay, let's...
Well, these are staple, right?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and separate them. This one's coming from the math subject area, by the way. So.
Okay.
And again, students, this is worth 10 points if you can answer correctly.
The question is, Miss Fields bought 5 dozen spirit bracelets for the school Jamaica. She put 12 beads on each bracelet. Beads were sold in packages of 48. What is least number of packages of beads Miss Fields could buy in order to make the bracelets? A, 12 packages, B, 14 packages, C, 15 packages, or D, 20 packages?
And again, this wild turn question is for our students from Los Obispos Middle School. It comes from the math subject area, and by answering correctly, they can earn 10 points. And of course, if they don't answer correctly, the students from Salvador Garcia Middle School will be ready to answer that question and possibly earn the points if they can answer correctly. Students, whenever you're ready.
We're going to go with C.
That is correct.
All right, that is correct. So good job, Los Obispos Middle School. You earned the 10 points. And Salvador Garcia, it's your turn once again. So Oscar or Yesenia, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And in a moment, we'll find out what kind of a question our students will get. And it looks like science will be the question for our students. And once again, students, this is worth 5 points if you can answer correctly. It does have a little diagram for you.
I'm going to need some help on this.
Sure. Go ahead and read it here. Looking at the diagram, what positions on the moon, M, will create the greater tidal range?
Okay.
And of course, your choices are A or B, B, A or C, C, B or D, or D, B or C.
We'll go with B.
That is correct.
All right. Good job, Salvador Garcia Middle School. You earned the 5 points. Los Obispos Middle School, your turn at the wheel. So Matthew or Joanna, go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. And we'll find out what kind of a question our students will get here. And it looks like
Another math
question for our students. And once again, students, this is worth 5 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay, the question is, in a reflection, you would expect to see the following. A slide, B, a turn, C, a flip, or D, an enlargement.
And this is a math question for our students from Los Obispos.
We're gonna go with C.
That's correct.
All right, very good. So good job, Los Obispos Middle School. You earned the 5 points. Salvador Garcia, it's your turn once again. So go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. And momentarily, we'll find out what kind of a question our students from Salvador Garcia will have to answer. And they get a wild turn question, so we'll see what subject area this comes from. This is coming from the science subject area. And once again, students, it's worth 10 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay, the question is, the deer population has decreased noticeably in the past 10 years. Which of the following is a reasonable hypothesis for this population decline? A, competition for food has decreased among deer. B, abnormal weather conditions have increased water levels of the local ponds. C, an organism that relies on similar sources has migrated into the area. Or D, the year's main predator has been eliminated by human overhunting.
And again, this is a science question for our students from Salvador Garcia Middle School. And by answering correctly, they can earn 10 points.
That's correct.
Very good. So good job, Salvador Garcia Middle School. You earned the 10 points because it was a wild turn question. And Los Obispos, it's your turn at the wheel again. So go ahead and spin, please. And we'll find out in a moment what kind of a question our students from Los Obispos will get to answer. And it looks like they will get a social studies question, so that'll be down here. And again, students, this is worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly.
Okay. The question is, what was the main purpose of the Lewis and Clark expedition? A, to make peace with Indian tribes in the territory. B, to find a water passage across the country. C, to search for gold and other treasure, or D, to explore and map a new territory?
We're gonna go with D.
That's correct.
All right.
So
Good
that
job.
is history, right?
Good job, Los Obispos Middle School. And Salvador Garcia Middle School, it's your turn once again. So students, go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. And in a moment, we'll find out what kind of a question our students will get. And it looks like another math question. Seems to be a very popular subject right now. And let's see. And again, students, this is worth 5 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay, and the question is, Mrs. Hernandez bought 3 yards of fabric. The fabric costs $5.90 per yard. Mrs. Hernandez pays with a $50 bill. About how much change will she get back? A, $20, B, $30, C, $10, or D, $15?
And again, this math question is for our students from Salvador Garcia Middle School. And by answering correctly, they can earn the 5 points. And students, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and give us your answer. You do have up to a minute, or a little less than a minute now, but once you're ready, you can give us your answer. What was that?
B.
That's correct.
Very good. $30. Good job. And Los Obispos Middle School, your turn once again. So Matthew or Joanna, go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. And in a moment, we'll find out what kind of a question our students get. Looks like another math question. So let's see what the question has in store for our students. And once again, students, this is worth 5 points, but if you can answer correctly.
Okay, and the question is, which of these graphs would be best to display the change in price of a gallon of gas at the same station each month over 1 year? A, a bar graph, B, circle graph, C, histogram, or D, line graph?
And again, students, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and give us your answer.
We're gonna go with D.
That's correct.
All right. Good job, Los Obispos Middle School. Salvador Garcia, your turn once again, so go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. And as the wheel comes to rest, we'll find out in a moment what kind of a question our students will get. It looks like it's going to be a language arts question, so let's see. And again, students, it's worth 5 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay. John walks through the park. Which of the following words can replace the word walks and improve the meaning of the sentence? A, dashes, B, strolls, C, goes, or D, leaves? That's right.
All right. Good job, Salvador Garcia Middle School. You earned the 5 points. Time now for a quick break, so let's go ahead and take one and we'll be right back. Congratulations to Victoria Davila from United South High School. Perfect attendance pays off. Thanks to the Sames Kia in the Classroom program, she won a new 2017 Kia Soul. Thank you, Sames Auto Group, for supporting UISD students. Thank you, A&K World Class Driving School, for the free driving lessons. And thank you to the Laredo Federal Credit Union for covering tax, title, and license. Congratulations to Victoria Davila for having perfect attendance and winning a new 2017 Kia Soul. Drive local, drive Sames.
It's projected that in the state of Texas, over 715,000 new high-paying jobs in science, technology, engineering, and math will be created by the year 2018. To meet those demands, United ISD is encouraging students to pursue a STEM career. Our early college, 3 magnet schools, new science labs, interactive classroom technology, and excellent teaching staff continue to improve the quality of education in our district. United Independent School District is investing in our children's future.
Hi and welcome back. You've been watching Knowledge for College, a game of knowledge and learning, featuring some of our best and brightest students here at United ISD. And of course, we'd like to thank our students from Los Obispos Middle School, and we'd also like to thank our students from Salvador Garcia Middle School for joining us here today and for being such good sports. And of course, I'd like to thank our guest host today, Esmeralda Almaraz from Killam Oil. And Esmeralda, if you could just tell me, what did you think of our show today?
Oh, very impressed. Very smart boys and girls.
Very good. And of course, you can watch Knowledge for College and other fine UISD programming on this station and other local stations, as well as the Public Access channel. And of course, we'd like to thank some of the sponsors providing prizes for our students. And of course, I'm talking about McDonald's of Laredo, Sonic, America's Drive-In, and Taco Palenque. And with that, everyone, let's go ahead and wave to the camera and say goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.